I have known from the age of probably about 15, 16 that I wanted to be a mum. I've always wanted to be a mum. That's always been my life goal. I've never been career orientated. It's always been to be a mum. I think creating a life and bringing my son into the world has just been just amazing. I finished breastfeeding Henry when he was only 6 weeks old. I started to notice that I had a hard mass in my right breast. So straight away it was just something that was abnormal to me, it wasn't right. So I called the doctor that day and managed to get an appointment really quickly to get it checked. So when I was diagnosed, I obviously just felt like my world was crumbling, but Adam, my husband, just really held it together for me, which I think I needed. He took all of the positive information that had been handed to me, you know, like it had been caught early, it was small, I was going to be okay, because yeah, I just couldn't see past the fact that I had breast cancer. And obviously I think when you hear those words you do instantly think the worst. You think that you're not going to survive, you think that you're not going to be here for, you know, to see your son grow up. So I needed Adam to be there.
You're looking at the nappy bags and you're not going to have them.
The hardest part about it is not being able to be 100% mum for Henry. When I have my chemotherapy, I can't be there 100% for him. My body hurts, I'm just exhausted. So my whole family's taking in turns to, one, look after me and obviously also look after Henry for me, because I'm just not well enough to do it. And it was the same when I had my lumpectomy. I wasn't allowed to lift him for 2 whole weeks, which as a new mum, he was only about 5.5 months at that time. And that was just the hardest thing, I think, not being able to lift my son if he was crying, if he needed me. So that's definitely been the lowest and the hardest thing throughout this whole journey.
You'll have some bottle in a minute.
Going through something like breast cancer, it's really hard to kind of keep a normality, really. But having Henry, you don't have a choice. You've got to keep normal. I've got to get up in the morning to him, I've got to feed him, I've got to play with him, I've got to change his nappy, I've got to get him dressed, I've got to take him out, I've got to keep him happy and interested all the time. So that just keeps my life normal at such a time when really things shouldn't be normal. I think if I didn't have Henry, this whole journey would be completely different. It would be 10 times harder. When I got told that I had to have chemotherapy, the instant thought was, I'm going to lose my hair. But when I lost it, it was actually really liberating. I've always been very into doing my makeup. So I think especially when it came to losing my hair, having the makeup still has been such a big thing for me. And it's been such a positive in making me still feel like myself. You know, losing my hair and having a scar on my breast, you know, breast cancer takes away the 2 things that make you feel like a woman and, you know, give you your femininity. And it just made me realise that I actually can still feel beautiful even without hair, and I can still feel attractive to my husband. My husband still loves me and he still adores me, and it hasn't kind of changed any of that. I've got a very small scar just on the side of my breast from where the lump was removed. I'm actually really proud of it because it's like my battle wound, and it's the same as, you know, from having my son, my stomach, stretch marks, you know, anything like that. It's all something that I've achieved and that I've overcome. No. No. Listen, study, play.
Bunny's up. Oh, he's going to play.
Play Twinkle Twinkle again. Listen, study, play.
Missed it already.
I've kind of lost a bit of time because of going through this treatment, but I'm not going to let it take any more from me, especially after this. You know, this is my first year as a new mum, and I don't want that to be tainted by having breast cancer. I want, you know, to spend every day that I can with Henry and seeing him do new things, and seeing him and Adam together, and seeing Henry with my family. I just want to make sure that we enjoy every single day.
Can you say dead, dead, dead to the duckies? Dead, 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 dead.
Daddy. Ow!
Ow! Ow! Elf. Probably think it's bath time, don't you? Gonna pop you in.
Ow.
Daddy?
Ow.
Daddy? Daddy? Dad, dad. Oh!
It's really a mixed emotion to have beaten cancer at such a young age. I think it's hard to know that I've had to go through it at such a young age, and you know, to be one of those people, but I'm also very proud of what I've achieved and what I've overcome, and the fact that I have beaten it, and that I can show other women that they can beat it too, and as long as they are doing the right thing and checking and getting early diagnosis, then they can be where I am now.
Gonna play.